This is a little catch-up review. It's going to be on the Empire of the Sun album, Two Vines. Empire of the Sun are the Australian pop duo with a misty, dreamy, magical aesthetic on some of their big singles like Alive, that of which was a song I heard in Dumb and Dumber 2, one of the only things worth remembering about that movie. I think that although Empire of the Sun can come off as a rather, watered down MGMT at times, they still have a cool atmosphere to their music that makes for great potential. On the cover art and in the music videos, they have a really cool visual aesthetic, and I think that could really work well in their music, as shown by some of the singles they've released in the past couple of years. But this time around, I feel like Two Vines is dreamy, but only in the sense that it will send you to sleep. There are a couple of songs here that are upbeat and danceable, but even then they just take pages straight out of the modern EDM book. You can really sense how generic the sound is there, which is a little disappointing considering how much more unique their previous singles had been. And whilst you've got those EDM-inspired tracks taking up one half of the album, the other half is basically just syrupy, slow, and boring tracks. I don't mind a slow ballad, but you can only get so syrupy until it feels like listening to Molasses the Mixtape. The thing is, I feel like the aesthetic was there. It was there to make this mildly interesting, but what this album reminds me is that soaking your songs in reverb doesn't necessarily give your songs an atmosphere, but rather just subtracts both the ability to decipher your lyrics and also tolerate the cloudiness of the mix. The track here that felt the most run-of-the-mill of them all was, probably the one with the most run-of-the-mill lyrics about love, having your first crush. Yes, the song is called First Crush, and it's another of the slow, syrupy ballads. This just feels like a soul-sucking, EDM-inspired pop album, lacking many catchy bits to latch onto. And if they weren't trying to go for a catchy sound and more of a dreamy, moody one, that certainly wasn't reached either, because it keeps going half in, half out like some sort of hesitant porn star. This is an album that would probably get a 3 out of 10 from me. I just feel like Empire of the Sun just feel like they should be one of those unique pop bands, but this time around they really aren't.